Thank you.
And I know Monarch Village is going to become a major institution in the Valley, and Valley Beth Shalom, which is also an institution in the Valley. It only behooves both of us to partner together. So, again, thank you for your hospitality. I'll answer your question by telling two very quick stories. Sorry, you give the rabbi a mic, he can't keep it 30 seconds. Story number one, I was living in Jerusalem, and I had the opportunity with a small group of people to meet the Dalai Lama. Okay, the Dalai Lama was traveling around the world to raise awareness for his cause in Tibet. And, you get 5 minutes with the Dalai Lama. What's the one question you're going to ask him? What is the key to enlightenment? So I remember someone asking him that question, and he just had this very broad smile in his face. And he really only said one thing. He said, learning that by holding on to things and when to hold them and when to fold them, essentially. By letting go is a version of holding on. Right? Letting go of physical things can enliven them to us in the future. That is to say that they can live on, not maybe physically, but in our memories and in the tapestry of our own lives. And I thought that was very profound, and I saw that played out for me personally in my second story. When I was in rabbinical school, I worked under a grant. I lived in New York City, and I worked under a grant to work in Biloxi, Mississippi, from 2005 to 2008. Okay, so if you get an idea of when that is, on August 29th, 2005, Hurricane Katrina destroyed about 100,000 acres worth of territory. That's equivalent to the size of Great Britain, flattened everything. And I was asked to be a chaplain to fly down to Mississippi to work with people who have lost their lives. And so in my work, I went to someone's house, or where someone's house was, and we walked down the street together. We got to their house, and their house was gone. And their photo albums were gone. And their tchotchkes, all the things they had in their house, were gone. That's the definition, in a chaplaincy world, that's the definition of trauma. When someone experiences a loss of narrative, a loss of a way of confronting and orienting their life. Right? Our stories are who we are as people. Right? So for some people, their house is their life. Losing their house and their photo albums is equivalent to losing their life. So how do you rebuild that? How do you move on? And part of that is by learning that letting go is a way of holding on. By letting go of the physicality of the thing, you can then move on and begin to rebuild, to reorient yourself, to rewrite your story anew, write a new chapter. And so the key to a successful life, a flourishing life, is being flexible enough to know that by letting go of some of those physical things is a way of rewriting our narrative, reorienting ourselves by, in a sense, holding on to your life itself and grabbing it by the horns.